Hello and welcome back to Masuma's World. It's 4 weeks now, so a month of us showing you the update of our vegetable garden, otherwise known as Shokher Bagan. We're going to show you some of the vegetables that have progressed over the weeks, and then we're going to pay a visit at my younger brother's house where he has laid artificial turf or grass, and we're going to show some of the plants and vegetables that he has in his garden as well. Starting with the gourds, you can see the plant has grown quite a bit since last week, all the way up to the trellis. We have some of the flowers that have started to emerge, and you do need to be aware of the male and female plants, especially when it comes to pollinating. Now the female plant will have a bigger base, which looks like a small fruit compared to the male base. So my mother is attempting to pollinate the female plant using the male part of the plant, and this is what you're expected to do if the bees can't do their jobs. It does work, and it has worked for many years. So you can see how big this plant is. Now the next one is the sweet pumpkin. This is a Bangladeshi vegetable and very favoured in the curries. Going along to the next vegetable, we have the beans, which are known as the snake beans. Very popular in our vegetable garden. We've got so many growing, and there are various types of beans on this patch. We've got these sticks there, obviously up to the top of the trellis, so you can imagine how tall they'll grow. This plant, do any of you know what that is? This is what's called an achocha pottle or fottle by Bangladeshis. We've got our herbs, our coriander on this section, which have grown quite a bit since last week. Our tomatoes there, and you can see some of the flowers appearing as well. Not long now before our tomatoes show their faces, we will get a lot of tomatoes like previous years, and we end up saving them for later by storing them in the fridge. That's how they're preserved until we are ready to eat them. Now our flowers, compared to last week we had none, now we have flowers, and you can see these beautiful looking flowers with their very rich colors there. We've got two of these. This one has got one or two showing. Our spring onions there, we are cutting them from the bottom and using them for various dishes like stir fries. They do actually reappear as soon as you cut them, so very useful vegetable to have in your garden. Our butter beans, this is what my daughter got from school, and they have appeared, as you can see, right at the back there, so can't wait to use them for some of our dishes. Now our amaranth, or otherwise known as denga by the Bangladeshi community. Look how much we have in our garden. Very easy to grow. They're both green and red amaranth. We have made a curry out of this, a fish curry. Once we had them washed, we're able to use them for our fish curry. You can also use amaranth in your chicken and meat. Now to our gooseberry plant, you can see the gooseberry appearing. They look a bit like grapes, don't they? At the beginning they do taste a bit tangy, so if you let them ripen a lot more, then they'll end up tasting a bit more sweeter, which can be used for a gooseberry chutney. Now this plant, do any of you know what that is? From the bottom it looks like a cactus, doesn't it? Then at the top you've got these very bright, like pinkish red flowers. Interested to know what this is? Do comment below and let me know. Now our apple tree. The apples are looking a lot bigger than last week. They are very tangy, as I mentioned last week. We're just waiting for them to grow a little bit more bigger before we start eating them, although a lot of them have already fallen to the ground. Now we're going to show you how we enjoyed our strawberries. These are very bright red. My family and I devoured them because they tasted so sweet and delicious. After finishing the strawberries, we drove to my younger brother's house so we can show you his garden. He does have artificial turf put in, and the turf is actually made out of synthetic fibers, made to look like natural grass. It is used by various sports. However, it is now being used on residential lawns like my brother. Look how nice it looks, and doesn't it look just like natural grass? This is a very special pear tree because it was planted straight after my niece being born. So it's about 2.5 years old, so it has a very symbolic meaning. You can just make out the pear in the background. Very small, but we are looking forward to having the pears once they're ready. The lawn does have to be maintained. My brother has to brush off some of the dirt and even weed that manages to grow on the surface, which is quite strange. I never thought that would happen. They do have a lot of picnics on their artificial grass because it's just so nice and soft and comfortable. They're walking on it bare feet. It just feels like you're walking on carpet. You can see the kids playing there. But yes, I love it. I love coming here and just walking on the grass and just admiring how it looks. My brother does intend to do a lot more vegetable gardening in the future. He has taken some plants from my mum and planted them in his garden. My brother has left some space over there to grow some vegetables. I'm not sure if he knows what he'll be growing, but it's important to note that you do change the compost at least once a year, as it is very good for the vegetables to grow. His coriander is doing very well compared to our coriander. It does smell very nice. If only you could smell it. It's his first time growing coriander, and he has been using them in his dishes as well. Look how nice they look. If only you could smell the fragrance. His tomatoes, they're very young at the moment, but once they start to grow, they'll be able to use them for various dishes. So I can't wait for him to try them. He did get the tomatoes from my mum and he's planted them there. So they're doing very well so far, and hopefully he'll be able to get some tomatoes very soon. We enjoyed some snacks at my brother's house, and some of the kids played some games. We really hope you enjoyed watching our video. Do like and subscribe, and don't forget to click the notification bell so you don't miss out our next video. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.